Let me guess. Samuel Jackson plays an over-the-top character who sees something wrong in the world and is gonna make it right even if he has to do it himself. Maybe makes a few wisecracks? Am I close?
Crash site's just on the other side of this valley. We'll cross through and make it to the highest point west.
This place is a real no-no, sir.
We need to be going to the north side right now.
And you welcome to do that, my man. By yourself. I'm not leaving Jack out there. Now, who's with me?
We can make it.
You're mighty right we can make it. Now, stay sharp. Keep an eye out.
I've only been here 28 years. What do I know?
Kong Skull Island brings us back into the world of King Kong with a big cast, big effects, and a big old monkey. Is it worth a visit to the island? Will it cost you your life? Maybe just a couple hours? Here's 5 things you might want to know about Kong Skull Island. This one may be a surprise to you. I had a blast at this movie. I really enjoyed it. Let's talk about some of the reasons. First of all, and I think probably the main reason, the visuals in this are spectacular. And I don't just mean the CG, which is great, and Kong looks great, and the monsters look great, and the island is beautiful. I mean the way it's framed. There are canvas-like paintings on the screen time after time after time. Just emotional, evocative imagery that comes at you wave after wave. I found myself blown away by the way this movie looks, and I think you should see it on as big a screen as possible, as clear as you can, because I think it deserves that kind of viewing. The other thing this movie nails, and it's the thing that every King Kong movie has to nail, is they get King Kong. They understand the character. They understand the heart of what a King Kong movie is. Yes, it's a monster movie. That has to be a huge part of what goes on here. We have to see the creepy crawlies. We have to see new big monsters. But beyond that, we have to feel the heart of this beast, this gargantuan, damaging, ferocious beast who somehow has a beating heart in him for humans. That's the interesting thing about this character, and this movie gets that, and so it succeeds exactly where it has to. One of the other things that serves this movie really well, it understands exactly the kind of movie it is and gives the audience exactly what they want, whether they know it or not. This movie has big moment after big moment after big moment, big fights, big scenes, big creatures, and it does the breadcrumbs perfectly, where you're never left wanting. It's always pulling you along. Yes, there are some times to get to know the characters, but they're exactly the right length before we're back into seeing Kong or back into seeing another monster, back into danger, back into peril. This movie understands momentum, and because of that, it's always got you in its hands. Oh, and here's another beautiful thing. Man, I really did like this movie. Even though they aren't the point of the movie, the cast works in this. Now, you should know that by the names, right? You've got John Goodman, Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, Tom Hiddleston. I'm not even going to name them all, but there's so many amazing characters in this. And the movie isn't about them, but it understands how to serve them. We don't need any deep, dark backstories for these people. We just kind of want to know, are they fun people to hang around? What's the core of their character? Movies really used to get this right with understanding how to use a big cast. You didn't have to understand everything about them. You just needed to know whether or not you liked them, disliked them, wanted to hang out with them. And this movie gets that in a way that serves these characters very well. So you're attached to the ones you're supposed to be, and you dislike the ones you're supposed to dislike. I really didn't have much negative to say about this movie, other than it is silly. I mean, it gets a little ridiculous at times, but I kind of didn't mind. I guess I'll just give it a yellow for that. Because for me, it almost felt nostalgic in that way. Here's the thing. As long as you don't do anything so stupid that I get distracted by how stupid it is, or that it diminishes the overall product, I'm okay. You don't have to be smart. I can escape into your movie and have the fun that you want me to have. Overall, I feel like Kong Skull Island is exactly that. It's a movie having the fun that it wants to have. And if you go into it with that idea, with that view, I think you'll have that fun as well. I gave it an A-. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. We'll get to the Best Ever Challenge here in a bit. Before we do, if you want to connect more, let's do that. Hit me up on Twitter. My name's Aaron Dicer, Aarondicer. Love the conversations that are happening there. You can also, of course, subscribe, comment, all that stuff here on YouTube. And if you do podcast, feel free to subscribe to SiftPop, SiftPop. That's a lot of fun. We do that every week. We'll be talking about Kong Skull Island this week, as well as our best ever monkey movies. We'll rank our top 3 and do some honorable mentions as well on the podcast. Speaking of which, it is time now for the best ever challenge. And yep, that's the category, best ever monkey movie. I want your choice in the comments. I'll give you a clue for my choice as well. Mine is the one where the monkey wanted to be like you. Ooh, ooh. But not Christopher Walken. Take a guess in the comments at mine. First person to get it right does get a point. And as always, here's 5 extra seconds to hit subscribe. Just click the logo right down in this corner. Ooh, 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 I wanna be like you. Ooh, ooh. I wanna walk like you and talk like you and be like you. That was just for you, Justin. Don't put that in.